What's up, everybody? This is Brian with Photo Evo, and today we're going to look at canvas gallery wraps. What is a canvas gallery wrap? Well, that is a canvas that is stretched around the stretcher bars so that you can see the front and the sides of the canvas, which means you can hang it on your wall without framing it. Makes a great modern-day interpretation of a canvas painting. They look fantastic. But there are some special things you need to understand, like where the image wraps around so that you're not cutting off heads and things like and important parts of the picture. So first of all, we are going to go ahead and sign in. All right. Canvas gallery wraps are under the wall decor section. We're going to look at canvas wraps. Now, we do have two sizes. We're going to cover both sizes here. For our canvas, we have slims and we have standards. The slim canvas is about 3/4 of an inch thick. The standard canvas is about 1.5 inches thick. What does that mean? Well, it makes a huge difference in how much of the image is actually cut off and wrapped around the sides. We're going to look at that today. So let's take a look at a slim canvas, and we're going to look at let's do a portrait style. Go big with a 16x20. And we're going to design now. So when I go into my sample pictures here, for those of you who don't know, I am an author and game designer, and so I meet a lot of really cool people at Comic-Cons. This is Craigley Thomas. Let's do, Craigley Thomas would be good. So, in this image, you're going to see the red area is the wrap area. So this is the area that will wrap around the sides so that you do not see that in the, so it will be seen from the sides, but it will not be seen from the front. So why does that make a difference? Well, if we were zooming in, so if I were to go to there, if I really wanted to zoom into there, take a look here. Now, the head, his hair, and my hat would both be wrapped around the side of the canvas. We don't want that, obviously. It actually was sized pretty well. So we're going to go back to that. We're going to adjust this a little bit. And there we go. So then we can add this to cart. So that would be our 16x20 in a slim gallery wrap. So before I add it, take a look here where we're cutting off pretty much right at the line here where I've got just a little bit of my crutch showing, a little bit of his elbow cut off, and we're going to do that. So now let's look at the difference between that and 1 inch and the standard gallery wrap. So if we do it again, standard gallery wrap, same picture, so we're going to do a 16x20. Notice how much wider the wrap area is. This is that same image. And as you can tell, that wrapped image now, you can see has completely cut off my crutch, more of his arm, and more importantly, if I actually scroll up a little bit, we can get into where it's cutting off the top of his head and my hat. So here you can see the big difference between the standard gallery wrap, which is again 1.5 inch wrap on the sides, and a slim gallery wrap, which is 3/4 of an inch or 0.75 inches on the sides. Again, this applies to portrait style or landscape style. So there's the two. And you can see I used the exact same picture, but you saw from the look. Let me do this. We will. So again, looking here, this is the standard. If you look here, this is where it's cut off. Standard gallery wrap. And then the slim gallery wrap, which actually has some of that showing. So you see that more of the image is available in the slim because we're not losing 3 inches all the way around. We're only losing a total of an inch. So that's it. That's the difference in the gallery wraps. Again, when you're looking at gallery wraps, the biggest thing to pay attention is where that wrap is. If we do a slim canvas, let's do a landscape this time. Stick with a 16 by 20 size. And we'll choose a different picture again. We're going to choose this one here with my team and the amazing Rachel Kimsey. All right. So now you can see what is being cut off a little bit. You'll also notice, this will show you, this yellow warning here. This yellow warning says, hey, you may not be super happy with this because it appears to be a little bit too small. In this case, it is 23% less than recommended. Now, generally speaking, less than a yellow warning means that, yeah, you're probably not, you may be okay with that, but understand you may have some trouble. You may have some blotchiness. You may get some, it may be out of focus, may get some pixelization. If we actually zoom in here, you'll see it quickly turn to red. We're now 45% less. Not only are we cutting off people, which we don't want to do, but at 45% less, the image will have problems. So I do not recommend printing anything when you get the red warning. I certainly do not recommend that. It's up to you whether or not you want to try with the yellow warning, because it's an iffy situation. But with a red warning, you definitely do not want to print at that point. You need to find a larger print or ask us, and we can do some upscaling for you as well. So again, the canvas gallery wrap, you'll see here where that red is. One of the things you notice is we can cut off toes if we want. So this is probably how I'd place it, just because I'd probably go there. So if you see, we're kind of cut through the middle of my brace, cutting off a few toes along the side, and that will be a good one. Now we'll look at that same exact image in a standard gallery wrap. Again, wall decor, canvas wraps. Choose the wrap style. We'll choose a standard canvas, landscape, same exact size, because we want to compare apples to apples. And if we choose that same exact image, which was, where was it? That was it right there. No, we get the same warning, but where the biggest thing is we're cutting off more toes, we're cutting off more of the arms. We are a lot lower in the area, a lot lower up above, cutting off more here. So you can see the difference in the wrap, and see how much you're cutting off. Now, that does mean that if you take a picture and the head is too close to the edge, a canvas gallery wrap may not be a good choice for you if you want some wall decor. In that case, you can go to our luster standout prints or metal prints, and we're going to talk about those in future videos. where both of those have a much more to the edge. They don't have anything wrapped around the edge. So you're not losing anything from the image. But this was a quick brief on ordering portrait and landscape. Standard gallery wraps. From here, you do the checkout procedure. Didn't pay any cash that one. Anyways, so you go to the card. You can do all kinds of things from here. You do your standard checkout procedure. So this was creating gallery wrap canvases with Photo Evo. Again, join us in our stores. Check us out online, photoevo.com. Come see us at one of our locations in Grand Rapids. We have our retail stores on Northland Drive and Plainfield Avenue. So at the corner of Northland and Plainfield. It's on Northland Drive. And then down in Granville on Wilson. Come see us at one of the stores. Stop in, check us out, and we can help you figure out what looks best on your wall. Again, thank you very much. My name is Brian with Photo Evo. You have a fantastic day.